I think we're back. That's very annoying. Sorry, everybody. Let's try this again. I feel like there's an async I need to put somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Actually, I do know. I've got... Goodness. I have redeployed, but I think the issue's here. Because I added this line that has the opening... comma expected. Really? Okay. Let's go down and look at my bottom example. This is what happens when you just copy and paste stuff and don't think properly. So I've got a... Okay. It looks like I need that, and then that, and then that. How do you feel about... Oh, yeah, there we go. So let's bump this out a little bit. It's very odd that I had that kind of droppage issue there for a minute. You guys have me concerned about my stream now. Seemed back to good. But it was only like it just dropped for a second. I wasn't really... I don't know. All right, I'm just going to keep rolling. We have a stream now, so let's go look at our logs one more time. Alexa, open data collector.
There was a problem with the requested skills response.
Really? Await is only valid in an async function. I don't really know. I don't think I need this. Can I do this? No. No. Well, let me verify that I'm even in the right place. Save. Deploy. I'm just going to take that chunk of code out for a second and see if that's the one that's causing an issue. I think that's the only stuff I've even changed today, but let's make sure that I'm not chasing a bug in the wrong place. Alexa, open data collector.
Welcome to Data Collector. Let's get started. What is your current weight?
Stop.
Goodbye.
Okay, so that worked. So when I bring this back in, that becomes the problem. And I don't think it's this line. So await new promise. Might be that. That might be the issue right there. Let's Let's see if that fixes it. This is the problem with a lot of this shorthand, is it makes it hard to really understand some of the pieces and how they're working together. All right, Alexa, open data collector.
Welcome to Data Collector. Let's get started. What is your current weight?
I want to track gift cards.
Okay, I've added the ability for you to track gift cards. What kind of units do you use to measure gift cards?
Dollars.
Intent reflector message, Jeff. Units intent.
Alexa, stop.
The skill, tinnitus therapy can help you with that.
Alexa, stop.
Did you want to?
Okay, so now let's take a look at this log. And we should have a new data type record, and then the data type came through. That's amazing. Okay, so we have the data we want. That's good news. I'm not completely incompetent. All right, so now we have this data type record ID, and if I look at data type, just to make sure I'm doing that right, data type, then I get all this stuff. And I really don't want most of that. All I really want is the dot fields. Dot fields dot record ID. Resolve record dot fields dot record ID. I think that's all I really care about is the record ID. So let's try that one more time just to make sure I'm not misunderstanding that JSON, but that looked right to me. And then if that works, then we have the record ID for the new data type. Oh yeah, and then I need to do that piece, right? Add it to my data types. Almost done. And we are done. Good. Okay. Alexa, open data collector.
Welcome to Data Collector. Let's get started. What is your current weight?
I want to track cameras.
Okay, I've added the ability for you to track cameras. What kind of units do you use to measure cameras?
Camera.
Intent reflector message, Jeff. Units intent.
Cool. So down here, I should now have my new data type, which is that. And then that's the whole record. So that's cool because now all I have here is the record ID. Okay. Okay, cool. I feel good about that. So I need to remember how I'm doing this. If I come into here, get entity directive. This is where I'm getting the dynamic entities. Where is get dynamic entities called? Here. What am I passing in? Get session attributes.data types. Where am I filling that up? It's so helpful when you Session attributes.data. So this get user data here, this is what goes out and gets my individual data types. So it's called session attributes.data types. And I already left myself this note, but I just wanted to make sure that I was doing this right. So here, session attributes.datatypes.push, and I want to make sure I get this right. The get user data. Entities.push, and this is where I have to create the object. Like so. Okay. Almost there. Almost. So this push is actually going to have this on it. And the ID should just be this value, which is the new one that I just got. Data type record ID. And the name is going to be the value that they just spoke, data type spoken. Although it shouldn't matter, but I'm going to get the one that I've actually stored in the database. So we're going to do this another way. Data type record is what we're going to call this thing now. And it's going to have multiple values in it. So we're going to do data type record dot record ID like that, and this will be data type record dot. Let's go back and look at that log and see exactly what the data type record looked like. So we had dot field, that's what I'm passing in. And so the thing that I want is data type, the name data type, only capital D. So this will be data type like that. Okay. So that pushes it on to the session attributes. And then I think I can get rid of this to do, because I've just added the new item to the array. So just to explain kind of what I did there, I'm now inserting. So they have said, hey, I want to track a new thing. I've inserted that record into the database. I've retrieved the new user ID, the record ID that has been created for that record. I guess I don't really need this. Or let's go back here. I don't need this piece here either. It was nice to have, but I don't need it all the time. Or do I? Do I want to keep that? Yeah, we'll keep that one. Okay, so then I've pushed it into my session attributes array of all of my data types, and then when I return my statement, I am adding a new entity directive where I am updating the data type slot for the user on the fly. So this means that when the skill loads, we do this in the launch request also. When the skill loads, I go get all of the data types that the user has, and I load them into the slot value data type and replace what they already have. Can I show the code for get entity directive? Totally. It's just this. So I'm basically creating some this JSON object, which is this piece here. And then I'm inserting that as a add directive statement. So all I'm doing here is I have this get dynamic entities function, which basically just creates the base array that I need with all of the object stuff, and I'm inserting that. I'm inserting that into here. So this entities is all of the different slot values. just as objects. So I can show you what that looks like. If we go back here and look at response builder, it ends up doing this, right? So I have this update dynamic entities. If we look at my code, that's the dialog.update dynamic entities. So you can see that right here. So it's everything that's inside this directive, basically. But then I'm saying I want to replace, and I want to replace the slot data type. And in there, we have this values property. And in there, I have mileage, tweets, viruses, weight, gift cards, water intake, chimneys, stickers, calories, and meals. Now, the thing that you don't see here is cameras, because I hadn't written that code yet to insert it, but it would add it on to this list, basically. So we should check that. Let's run it one more time, and we'll see that our new entry, whatever I make up in my head here, let's get rid of a few of these so I can use them again. We'll do viruses again. So let's try and use my skill. I'm going to tell it I want to track viruses, and we should see that it's not there the first time. Yeah, I suppose that's true, Lord of Sound. You could definitely have speech recognition issues, because, yeah, you do not have the NLU conflict detector. How could we mitigate that? I don't think we really can. This is the problem with the user creating custom data of their own. That's basically what we're allowing them to do. Is they are creating their own custom list of things that they track and the units for them, so that when they say later 187 pounds, or they say 12 cameras or something, we know exactly what they're meaning, what data type to use, and all that. Yeah, you will definitely need to look out for yourself. So let's take a look. I should be able to see the first time I come in, that entity list gets populated, and then the second time it's the same list, but I should have my new item on the end of it. Alexa, open Data Collector.
Welcome to Data Collector. Let's get started. What is your current weight?
I want to track viruses.
Okay, I've added the ability for you to track viruses. What kind of units do you use to measure viruses?
Virus.
Intent reflector message, Jeff.
Okay.
Units intent.
So if we come back to Data Collector and we look at this one, what we should see is this is my request envelope, and this should be my launch request. And it is. So then I'm going to come into my response builder, and we should see in here, this is welcome to Data Collector. What is your current weight? The thing we always start with. And right here you can see I have my update dynamic entities, I have my data type, and I have all the things that I have actually created as data types. And you'll see in here that we don't have viruses. But then we come in with a request envelope, and we say that this is going to be a intent request, data type intent, and I said viruses. Maybe I'm looking at a, what time is it? Oh, it just it's combining this whole record into one. So we'll need to go to the very bottom. So this one should be my launch request. That's the one that says viruses. I just want to make sure that I'm looking at this properly. So request envelope. This is the launch request. Okay, so this one here, this response builder should have no viruses in the list. And it doesn't. This is when I trimmed it down, so it's just those 5. Then I come in and I have a request envelope where I say, this is the data type intent, and I said viruses. And so then down here in this response builder, we should see it's not there. I did something wrong. Interesting. Meals, calories, water intake, weight, and mileage. Okay, I'm going to have to look at that. I have a question from Lord of Sound. Can you somehow set things up that if none of your dynamic slot values are hit, like viruses, you try again with the search slot to see if you can grab it anyway? Well, these are going to happen in two different instances, right? So when they say, I want to track, that is a very specific command that says, add this to my database. One of the things that I haven't written any logic for yet is, what if they already have that value? Let's go add a to-do on that right now so that I don't forget. So in here in my data type intent handler, I need to have a, what if they ask to track something they already have? Okay. So in other cases, though, when they say 64 cameras or 23 viruses or 186 calories, that hits a totally different intent, and it's going to look at their data types. So if they don't, so you're saying, what if they say 16 Funko Pops? Could I grab that value? I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's possible. It seems like it's possible that we could still get that value. Well, let's see. Let's try something. Well, I don't have any of that functionality built yet, but let's add that to the data intent handler, where we're not doing anything with the data yet, but we could add it to do in here for when we get to that part. What if they say a data type that doesn't exist? Can we grab it? Because I am getting the spoken word, so it's possible that I could get no entity resolution, but I still get the data type spoken, in which case then I could save it and do all the other stuff that we normally think of. Okay. We'll just save that in there for now. The data type thing is working, and I have not built my units handler yet, but I don't know that I'm going to have time to necessarily do that. What are we doing now? I know what I needed to do. I needed to check and see why this isn't actually there. We'll just do this. Console.log data types. Nope, it's got to be session attributes.data types. All right, one more go here. I feel like I want to check my logs again. I feel like it should have been there though. And like it's in my data now, right? Like viruses is there. And it's the same user ID. So I don't really know why it wouldn't have worked. Alexa, open data collector.
Welcome to Data Collector. Let's get started. What is your current weight?
I want to track iPhones.
Jeff, we encountered an error.
Okay.
Intent reflector message, Jeff. Units intent.
Okay. Line 62. Session attributes.datatypes.push is not a function. You want to fight? I believe that it is. That's line 62, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I'm doing that somewhere else. No, I'm probably not. What I am doing is creating an array somewhere. None of those places. I'm creating an array here. So what is the data that I'm passing in? The data I'm passing in is that array. So why doesn't it know that it's an array? Okay. I can play your games. I will defeat you. Let data type array equal I will always emerge victorious, Lord of Sound. That pushes it on, and then I can say session attributes dot data types equals data type array. This is my guess. This is my guess as to what needs to be done. Is I need to set it to an actual variable that can be treated like an array, and session attributes cannot natively be treated like an array. So we'll see. Because I think that's what I'm doing down here is I'm just passing in at the very top. I'm passing in session attributes.data types. That is the thing that I'm using. And then down here, if we go to the actual function, get entity directive, this is where, stop doing that. I'm going to get my dynamic entities, but I'm passing the data through. And in my dynamic entities, this is where I'm taking data.records.length. I'm doing entities.push because I think all of that should work. So let's just give this a run. Lord of Sound, you said you got it working? That's awesome. Were you able to pull from my GitHub, or is it just following along on this stuff today? I'd love to know what helped. In the meantime, we're updating some land functions, and we're going to come back to data here and CloudWatch. Oh, very good. That's good to hear. Alexa, open data collector.
Welcome to Data Collector. Let's get started. What is your current weight?
I want to track monitors.
Jeff, we encountered an error.
Stop being
Jeff,
annoying.
we encountered an error.
I heard you.
Intent reflector message, Jeff. Units intent.
Okay, so that did not... I did not emerge victorious from that. Yeah, she should say that. I just ordered like a couple more that are coming out in May and June. Okay. looks like a lot of overkill. All right, how do I want to do this? How to manipulate arrays in JavaScript. Nope. Nope. Oh, I can do a for each on it? That's interesting. I hadn't considered that. No, but I can't do a for each on a... The easier way to do this, I guess, is to... Let's just comment this out for now. We're going to create a new method that is add data type to session attributes. We're going to pass in data type record. And then we're just going to try and write some code here that can do this for us. Add okay, so down here I have another function that does this thing, right? It does the array tricks. So can I do this? Session attributes dot data types. Can I do that? Because that would create all the ones that I want. And then I could just do one more statement here, which is entities dot push. And I could just push data in there, the one that I just added. This feels like me treating it as an array anyway, so I don't know. We'll see if this works. I have a function that does the things that I want it to do. I'm sure I screwed something up there, but I should probably take a deeper look at what data types is versus data types.records. That might also help me solve some of this issue, but Alexa, open data collector.
Welcome to Data Collector. Let's get started. What is your current weight?
I want to track browser tabs.
Jeff, we encountered an error.
No kidding.
Intent reflector message, Jeff. Units intent.
This video is really convenient until I can't see. Session attributes is not defined. Okay, I can live with that. That's an easy mistake on my part. Let's get my session variable set up. Okay, now you have session variables. All right. Alexa, open data collector.
Welcome to Data Collector. Let's get started. What is your current weight?
I want to track keychains.
Jeff, we encountered an error.
Alexa, stop.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Handler input is not defined. All right. There's got to be an easier way to do what I'm doing here. While I'm in here, let's just log some interesting stuff. Console.log. Okay, that's the first one. The second one is and this will be session attributes.data types. And then this third one will be now I know I should be able to see each one of them, but it's nice to be able to just break it out. I just held my breath through all of that too. I don't know why I did that. That is saved. Let's deploy some code and see what error we get now. Alexa, open data collector.
Welcome to Data Collector. Let's get started. What is your current weight?
I would like to track hats.
Welcome to Data Collector. Let's get started. What is your current weight?
I would like to track hats. That's weird. Alexa, open Data Collector.
Welcome to Data Collector. Let's get started. What is your current weight?
I would like to track books.
Welcome to Data Collector. Let's get started. What is your current weight?
I want to track books.
Jeff, we encountered an error.
What's going on right there?
Intent reflector message, Jeff. Units intent.
Let's see. Value name is not defined. I think that's what I have it called in the table. Yeah. Okay, that's copy and paste for you. We're getting there. One more. And then I'm going to have to go. It's already 11:15. Time flies. I'll tell you. I don't know what it's like for you on your side. I'm sure some of you are working or just have this playing in the background or whatever. But this time flies when I am on stream like this. It just absolutely does. Okay. Alexa, open Data Collector.
Welcome to Data Collector.
Alexa,
Let's get started.
I want to track badges.
Okay, I've added the ability for you to track badges. What kind of units do you use to measure badges?
Badge.
Intent reflector message, Jeff. Units intent.
Okay, so the response builder here, this should be my launch request, and I have browser tabs, whatever, but I just said I wanted to track badges, and I don't see it in that list, which is good. This response builder, though, mileage, iPhones, books, monitors, weight, keychains, water intake, browser tabs, calories, meals, viruses, why isn't it there? All right, I think I'm going to flip this around backwards, where well, I don't want to do that every time. I don't want to call the database every time to get the list. I don't know. All right, I think I have to leave this here for now. I know it's not working, but I've had a few messages pop up on my phone that are things that I actually have to deal with. So I think I'm going to have to wrap this up for now, and we'll revisit this. I might actually be able to get on Friday morning early, so keep an eye open in your email. Hit the subscribe button if you want notification. Well, I think there's a notification button, but give me a subscription if you want to keep following along. Just head over to twitch.tv/Jeff Blankenburg and hit the little bell icon, and it'll give you a reminder when I come online. So, yeah, I'm going to have to wrap this up for today. I hate to end it short, but I've got a few things it looks like I've got to pay attention to. So thank you guys all for tuning in, and we'll see you again really soon. We'll get this figured out, I promise.